Apocryphal sources depict Apostle Thomas as a man who is incredibly stubborn, very energetic, and prone to adventurism. But in the mass consciousness, all that people remember about him is the phraseological unit, doubting Thomas. Translated from ancient Aramaic, the name Thomas means twin. Perhaps he really did have a twin brother or sister. However, historians and theologians offer several more versions of the origin of his name. For example, the name of the apostle can mean a man of dual nature, that is, living in constant doubt, switching from one mood to another. According to another version, which is sometimes mentioned in early Christian sources, the apostle was nicknamed so for his amazing external resemblance to Jesus Christ himself. Was Apostle Thomas an unbeliever? No, otherwise he would not have been an apostle. The phraseological unit doubting Thomas is usually used when talking about a stubborn person who distrusts what he is being convinced of. This epithet in relation to one of Jesus' disciples appeared because he did not believe in the resurrection of Christ and wanted to see for himself. Written testimonies of Thomas's contemporaries have been preserved. The teacher's death on the cross made a particularly heavy, depressing impression on Thomas. He seemed to have become ossified in the conviction that his loss was irretrievable. The decline of spirit was so great that he was not even with the other disciples on the day of the resurrection. He apparently decided that there was no point in being together anymore, since everything was over, everything had fallen apart. Therefore, when the apostles find Thomas and in great joy say that they saw the Lord alive, Thomas does not believe them. He thinks that a ghost appeared to his friends and utters his famous words, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." From the gospel, we know that when Jesus comes to the disciples the next time, he says to the apostle, "Reach here your finger and put it into my side, and do not be unbelieving, but believing." And in the apocryphal Acts of Thomas, there is a fascinating story about how he preached in India. And India fell by lot and by division to Thomas the apostle. And he did not want to go, saying, "I do not have the strength for this, for I am weak, and I am a Jew. How can I teach the Indians?" And while the apostle was reasoning like this, the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not be afraid, Thomas, for my grace is with you." Further in the Acts of Thomas, a story is described that is absolutely mind-boggling from the point of view of a modern person, characterizing Thomas as an embezzler and even an adventurer. Arriving in India, the merchant Haban, on behalf of King Gundafar, gave Thomas a large sum of money and ordered him to begin building a palace. However, the apostle instead went on a journey along the coast, preaching and distributing money to the poor. King Gundafar called the architect to account, but he calmly reported that he had built a beautiful palace for him. He was waiting for his master in heaven. The king, in anger, ordered the architect to be seized and was going to execute him. However, at night, his dead brother appeared to the king in a dream. He confirmed that he had seen the most beautiful palace in heaven, which was built for Gundafar by the builder Thomas. The king was very surprised and ordered the execution to be canceled. After some time, King Gundafar himself became a Christian, having been baptized by the apostle. Thomas's apostolic ministry in India lasted for 20 years. During this time, he brought many thousands of people to faith in Christ. He was eventually martyred in southern India near Madras, where he was pierced with a spear for preaching Christianity.